Alright, so I'm trying to see why exactly the media player is not capturing.
We'll be playing some.
What I wanted to capture. Yeah, just a second.
Alright.
No,
So
they're not working.
we'll be playing some Nidalee in the top lane. This is going to be a ranked Diamond 3 game. Nidalee is very strong at the moment. She has a very high mechanical skill cap. If you want to use her to her fullest extent. Irelia is seen somewhat as a counter pick just because she has the gap closers necessary to jump onto Nidalee and punish her. But overall,
Alright, so the purpose of this video is just to highlight quickly some of the things that will help you out generally with your laning and decision making in the game. So I'm just going to make my in-game voice a little bit softer and head to those parts where it's more apparent what are the points I want to get across. Okay, so let's see. Not here. Okay, this point here is pretty important. So there'll come a point where she misses her equilibrium strike and she uses it on a minion. Boom, right there. You saw how she hit the minion right there? This is level 1, guys. Level 1, you only have one ability. Outside of your auto attacks and maybe your summoner spells, that's so much damage that you are missing out if you use your ability on a minion. So I recognize that she just used her equilibrium strike on a minion. She has absolutely no abilities available to her. The only damage she has in the form of Irelia as a melee champion is her auto attacks. Watch what I do next. Immediately I swap to human form and I start harassing. That was 1 auto attack, 3 auto attacks. Do you guys see that? That's 3 auto attacks I got up for free. Absolutely for free. She had no way to reply that. So let's take a look at that again. Zoom back a bit. Alright. Okay, it's a bit forward. It's fine, it's coming soon. It's gonna be this minion wave, I think. This minion's over here. So you can see how I'm abusing my range as well. Okay, it's about to be here. 1 pounce in and boom. Okay, again. I mean it's down. Immediately swap range form, 1 auto attack, get the CS, 2 auto attacks. If that pounce had hit, that would have been huge. But anyways, 3 auto attacks for free, right? So let's keep watching this. Right here I take Q because I know I'm ahead, right? The safer thing to do, and I mentioned this in the original video, safer thing to do is of course take the heal and then bully her out because you have more sustain. But because I'm already ahead, I take Q because I know if I land a spear on her, just the way Nidalee works, I can pounce in and get execute damage on her and then she's screwed. So recognize if you're ahead and then put your skills accordingly. Nothing too much here. She dashes in, gets the equilibrium strike, and that was her punishing me because I missed my pounce and my damage on her. So recognize as well, if you're ranged versus melee, you should always be abusing the fact that you can get in safer CS and then harass as well. You can see I'm always trying to get a bit of harass on. Anytime you have a level advantage, level 3 to level 2. This is especially huge for levels 1, levels 2, level 2 and level 3. Level 1, everybody starts with one ability. And again, if they waste it on a minion, then effectively what you've done is you put them at level 0, you put them a level behind you. That's why you can win trades, because you have an ability available to yourself, they don't. It's the same thing. It's the same thing when you reach level 2 or 3. When you reach level 3 and there's level 2, you have 1, 2, 3 of your abilities available to you, or another level up for one of your abilities. You should use that to your advantage. So look how when I have level 3, I push her really far back. I see that if she wants to come this way, she's going to get a spear right there. Where to place your traps. I put a lot of traps into the bushes because that means that she has to stand out in the open and take my range auto attack harass. I put one trap here because right next to the wall, use the terrain to your advantage. This trap is effectively making it harder, say, for Vi to come through, or for Irelia to path to the side. This wall helps me. It's not like if you put it in the middle here, she can just go around it this way or that way. If it's against the wall here, you're shortening the lane for yourself, right? She can't go into the bush as well with one trap there, because again, the wall's working for you. You're basically trapping her in this little width of a lane. Alright, let's keep watching. So wave pushing up right here, you can see that Irelia as well as okay. The reason why I'm pushed up so far is because Vi has revealed herself on the map. There's absolutely no threat for me, even without wards, no threat to me of being ganked because Vi is in the middle. I should be pushing this way up and then see what I do after this. I could possibly teleport down here, right? But I'm already on the move down, so I don't think that the teleport's necessary. Move through the brush to gain the movement speed from Nidalee. And then right here, line up a spear. Even if she flashes away, she has to flash this way or this way. Either way, you will secure the kill, right? So even when somebody's low on health, you should be accustomed with the mechanics of the game, accustomed with the flash mechanic to know, to give them the benefit of doubt that they can flash to escape. So throwing the spear rather than just walking towards her and then having her flash here and then Vault Breaker here, and then I would have to flash. This would mean that I secure the kill without having to use my flash either way, even if she flashes. Right? It's pretty much a done deal anyways, because Nautilus is here as well, but say if it was a one-on-one fight, and she's low, you need to throw the spear here. Maybe she can run this way, it's fine, you can just flash after her this way, right? That's when you would have to expend your flash. But sorry, that got a little bit long-winded. Basically, the spear here is just to secure the kill. Okay, just boom. Huge point in the game right here. Double buff and getting a kill is absolutely huge. Look at what it translates to. Okay, I go back to top lane. I get a little bit harassed right here, and again, recognize the power levels of the enemy champion. So she's activated her true damage. I don't want to do her at all. I just back away. Yes, I have double buff. It doesn't matter. I can heal through it. I can sustain. It's not a big deal. Right? And the minion wave as well. Minion wave early on, guys, if you didn't know, does so much damage right now. Just early game when you don't have any kind of defensive stats, they do so much damage. So with the double buff in my hand, you can see I'm not playing super aggressive. It's fine. I don't need to at this moment. So I take a bit more damage here. Not a big deal. Double buffs really helped. Okay, so this is another big point. Let's see what happened right before this. Okay, so take a look right here. What happened at this point in time? I ward that. I managed to thread the needle and get that spear in. Look at how I prepare myself to jump in. Right, and you can only do this if you're good with your mechanics. Look at how I prepare myself to jump in. First, right after the spear connects, that's step 1. Step 2, I heal myself. Even though I'm in range, I'm going to heal myself really quickly to give myself that a little bit of extra attack speed, and to make sure I have a little bit of health just jumping into the fray. Then I just jump in, get a bunch of damage, and she's chunked down to about half HP. So again, I can just scare her off right here. Heal a little bit again, toss spear out for zoning. Now, this is a lot of minions that Irelia is going to miss out. And anytime you drop an opponent low, what you should be considering is, if the minion wave, the enemy minion wave, is this close to your end of the tower, to your tower rather, most likely they're going to take this chance to back. So you can see now I'm not freezing anymore, I'm not playing the last hit game. I know she's backed off because she just hasn't shown up to pick up any of these minions. I really want to push this in as quickly as possible. I use spears, I use everything to just push as quickly as possible, especially because you see she's going to miss all these minions. She has no teleport as well. Cannon minion is huge as well. If I can get that to go down, she misses a lot. So she does indeed miss the cannon minion. She chooses to sacrifice that from zoning, so I think Vi is possibly around. That's why I suspect. I mean, these are some of the telltale signs, guys. When they're willing to sacrifice a big CS and they move towards you very obviously, it's probably a sign that the jungler's around. So I go to check it out. I want to ward. And I'm telling myself now, I need a chance to back because Irelia's already back. She's gotten her items. She's stronger than me now, despite the fact that I got first blood, despite the fact that I got more CS. This doesn't matter. All this money is just bank. Bank doesn't matter until you spend it. So I know I need to go back, otherwise the lane dominance I've had so far just doesn't help at all. So how do I create the space to go back? Well, I don't really fast push it hard enough. I stay around for the cannon minion wave, and then I back. And I'm going to point out here why exactly I rather made a big mistake when I backed by freezing the lane. So I want to back here anyways because I need to buy. And look at what Irelia does. See right here, this is a huge sign that this is the absolute best time for you to back to base and buy, because she's not last hitting, or she's only last hitting. This is what you call freeze, when you don't touch the minion wave of your champion at all, because you just want it to push towards your direction and you have a very safe time farming. Two reasons why this is a really bad idea. One, there's the fact that she knows I'm backing off right now, and she should be pushing in this wave so that I miss all this. Yes, she'll get all this, but rather slowly, but not by the time I'm back. Not by the time I'm back. Sorry, let me just restart that. Two reasons why this is really bad. First reason is that if she freezes this wave, yes, she will pick up all these minions, but at a very slow pace. And I'm okay with sacrificing these minions to possibly I'm not even gonna sacrifice these minions if she just freezes. This is when you're really far behind and you want to freeze, because then you get a very safe zone in farming up this huge wave. But this is something that you can't really afford to do when the enemy has TP. When I have TP, because that just means I get a free pass to another lane. How to counter teleport? So you need to have a lot of lane pressure. You need to take tower when the enemy gets out of lane with their TP. So you'll see I'll punish her very heavily. Second thing is, she could be thinking, I don't want to overextend because Twisted Fate ultimate is still available. Twisted Fate had just used his ultimate about a minute or so ago. It's a very long cooldown. She really needs to punish me for backing. And this is a very simple but very dire mistake. When the enemy backs, you need to be pushing them to the tower. You need to be getting that damage on the tower. So more so than the minion denial, to clarify, she needs to get that tower pressure when I'm out of lane, and she's just not doing that. So freeze coming in here, I'm so happy with this because I know I get a free pass to back. Items right here, I go for the phage first just because that's the safer choice. I'm already maxing my Q, so I know I have enough damage. Let's say I was maxing, like for example, my heal, and I want to bring out the damage to the forefront. I might have gone Shi just because I know that even if I get a bad trade, I can heal it back up. But in this case where I don't have my heal and I do have my Q maxed up, especially because Q scales with AD as well, the phage helps with that somewhat. and it just means I can be more ballsy with the way I engage. So you can see at this point in time, after I've assessed that Irelia hasn't been putting on a lot of lane pressure, I say, can I gank bottom? Do they have summoners? Can I TP gank? Because I know Irelia has just showed that she's not going to push me to the lane very hard, or to the tower very hard. It's something that I want to exploit. Okay, let's keep rolling. Keep rolling this. Okay, another big TP that's going to come in here. So in my mind right now, after watching Irelia play and she's still freezing right here, what I do is I break the freeze. So this is how you break the freeze. Let's go back a little bit. Yeah, Irelia's going to be freezing right here. She doesn't want these minions to reach the tower. So what I do is I force her back to the tower. I say, you can't stand there, you can't force the minions to just wait around, they have to go to the tower. And because Irelia is locked up in the tower, I assess this. I say, Vi's right under the tower, Morgana's very close to our tower, I should TP right here. There's so much being invested right here. They're so deep in our territory that this TP is bound to be successful. So I know Vi is already dead because she's under tower. I lock down Morgana right here with the spear, and then with that damage from the execute. It's as easy as that. Right? So if you're wondering what exactly makes a good TP, a lot of times an enemy overcommits when they're very deep. Right? Let's take a look at their positions again. Sorry, back here. Yeah, this is good map awareness, guys. Whenever you see on your mini map like 2 icons versus 2 icons, 2 green versus 2 red, something's going down, and I can already see from the mini map. I just click to confirm that they're so deep in our territory. I should be TPing down here. Right? Look at this. Vi on the tower is already dead. So I just focus on Morgana. Right, she dies right here. You need to hit the spear to make sure that you can chase down effectively. And this is another point of the game. The enemy is pinging for Dragon. And I could have helped them out, but I know that we're so far ahead right now, 7-3, and bot lane is doing better, that it's alright. I don't need to go and help them at bottom. I would rather protect my tower in the top lane, which honestly, right after Irelia saw me TP, you can see she's still last hitting. Let's draw that back here. Look at what Irelia does, or what she's been doing. Look, she should be just attacking these minions and pushing this entire tower. Especially with the cannon minion when I was out of lane, to my tower to deny that from me. But because she's been freezing and last hitting, I get back up here after the TP with absolutely no penalty at all. Look at how much, of the lane I lost. The minion wave and the position of the enemy champion before I TP'd was here. She was locked down behind her tower. The moment she saw me TP to mid, she needs to have brought this whole wave to my tower. She needs to have brought it all the way there. And she can do that, for example, with her ultimate. And that would have been a little way of crawling back into the game. For example, now she's level 8. If she had denied this whole wave from me, she might have been able to keep me even farther down. You can see she's already returning good damage. How much more of a win would it have been for her if she managed to push in and deny a cannon minion wave? So little mistakes from Irelia right there, and I did of course cover in the previous video that this is a Diamond 1 Irelia who's played many games, but maybe I don't know, maybe she just got by on mechanical prowess. But I think decision making as well is something that you need to have when you play at higher levels, and I'm pointing out to you guys how at any level of play you need to be able to make these decisions, or you want to be able to make these decisions, knowing when exactly to push, when to freeze. Right? Let's keep moving here. Lag. Okay, so this is a good point in the game where I show that I'm most likely being baited. So a bit of a trade here. I just rewound it a bit. And I land that spear. And I possibly can go in for the execute. She's low enough at this point in time. There's a second one that lands. At this point in time, Irelia is low enough for me to flash, pounce, and kill her. But she will most likely flash away. So that's the calculation I'm doing. If I flash and she flashes away, what does that mean? It means I'm overextended, and if Vi is around, because Vi is not on the map at this moment, I'm dead. Unless maybe I jump back through here, but it's too much crowd control. Vi will come in, ulti me, equilibrium strike, which is low and help will lock me down. I'm most likely dead if I expend my flash to chase her. So it's not worth it. So I'm not even considering that right now. What I'm considering is if she comes within range of another spear without my flash, I just pounce and kill her with a takedown. So, but I'm more or less sure that she's baiting me at this point in time, because she was so low, right? See, at this point in time, she needs to just head back. She should just be walking back to her tower and then healing, because that's it for her. It doesn't matter. She's way too low to contest this. Maybe you factor in the fact that she wants the cannon minion. She should be backing off right now after she gets the cannon minion. It's way too risky for her. So I have the suspicion that Vi is in the area, and that's why I need to be. I'm more cautious. I'm not going in for that execute damage. You can see she's healed up as well. So you can see right here. That's another spear that hits. This is like clearly a bait when they do that. When they back within range, it's pretty obviously a bait. So you see on your minimap right there, you need to have that good map awareness. I didn't even have to pad my camera, my in-game camera, to see. I just ducked down here, boom, Vi's right there. My suspicions were right. I need to back out. So yeah, I easily avoided gank just from reading the lane behavior of the opponents. Alright. Let's see, where else? I make another good roam bottom. Again, this just comes with playing games. You more or less know sometimes the patterns of the opponents right here. Morgana is so low right now. I try and flash it and spear her. And again, this is a risky move in the sense that if she had flashed away, it would have been detrimental to me. But it seems like she didn't have her flash, so it worked out. Alright, so I'm really far ahead right now. I have 3 kills and 0 deaths. And I just want to push. Okay, so big point in the game right here is when I buy my Trinity Force. This is a huge purchase. It's a massive core item, and I get the Ninja Tabi as well, just because I look at the enemy composition, and the only thing that would be killing me is physical damage from, say, Vi, Irelia, and Caitlyn. Like, those are the 3 main threats right now. Morgana is getting crushed a bit. She is not a threat. So physical damage of Tabi is such a safe buy on top of my Trinity Force. I'm so fed right now. Irelia can't deal with me, and I talk about this in game as well, about how farming really needs to be valued more. And yes, it can be a bit dull, a bit droll sometimes, you might say, but think of it this way. Think of it as a mini game, a little bit of a time trial, and whoever reaches their first core item first has won the mini game, and you open up the game so much more for yourself. So you can see at this point in time, there's so much action going on in the mid lane that I know that, for example, with Vi locked down, Caitlyn in bottom, whatever, Caitlyn obviously will be coming up here, but for example, Vi, she's caught in mid lane, I'm just gonna push this. I'm not thinking too straight at this moment. What I'm trying to do is just take down the tower quickly, even though there's not that much pressure. What I should have let it done is deny the cannon minion. So you can see I catch myself right after I open the scoreboard and I realize, whoa, I'm taking that down too quickly. I try and stop my auto attacks, but that last one just screws it over, and that cannon minion is still up. So you can see right here, right after I've gotten my Trinity Force, tower is down, and I have Ninja Tabi, I just compare items. Sheen, Phage, double Duran's, boots. That's not enough to run from me. So I tag her. I keep chasing. Right? I know I'm so strong at this point in time. Vi was just busy in mid lane. She has no. She's not going to be able to help me at all, or help Irelia at the top right now. I just pounce it after landing one more spear, and she's dead. So again, take a look at that process. Vi busy in mid lane. Right? She's already down. You can see she's dead right there. You see that? Sorry, I just rewind it again. Okay, blah blah blah, attacking the tower. This is the reason why I opened the tab. I want to see, okay, boom, Vi's dead. I know there's going to be absolutely no jungle pressure. Tower goes down. I take the fight to Irelia right here. She's already used her Equilibrium Strike. I've tagged her with my Hunt already. I can continue to chase her. Again, I've got Phage, I've got tier 2 boots. There's no way she's escaping this. I tag her once more with the spear just because I can hit her point blank, and then this allows me to finish her off, even if she has flash, right? And watch where I tag her with the spear. So if I change the human form right now and I try and tag her, there's a chance that she'll sidestep it. Look at how she's juking. So what I do is I wait for my pounce to come back up first. Pounce first, so I'm immediately within melee range. Get off one last takedown. Then now I know she's really close to me. It's very hard for me to miss my my spear, right? And I tag her and she's pretty much dead. So again, let's just watch that sequence, because I think there's a lot of little mechanical things right here. See right there, when she dashed towards me, I know I can immediately get a spear off. There's no minions for her to be shielded from. I tag her from the hunt. She does a good job jumping or equilibrium strike and then running away. So again, I'm waiting for my second pounce. There it is. I'm within melee range. Takedown damage. Pop back up. Hit her with the spear. I then immediately recognize that I don't need to heal this time around. I'm full enough on HP. I can dive tower. All I need to do after hitting the spear is immediately change back to cougar form. Doesn't matter if I get hit with the equilibrium strike because I've tagged her with the hunt. And there you go. Easy peasy. Alright. Let's see what else we got in this video. Yeah, just pushing very heavily when again there's a lot of action in the other lanes. This is split push Nidalee for you. Change to cougar form and get your takedown damage after you use your human form attack speed to just push extremely quickly. And you can see again, just a lot of pressure, and don't have to feel like you need to overstay for the inhibitor. Again, go for those safe 100% plays. Anytime you can take 100% play and your team is ahead, always go for the 100% play rather than say like the 70% play of taking down the inhibitor. Like if there's a 30% chance you get caught and then they get shut down by the 5-0 and 1, that is like a tiny window of hope for the enemy to get back into the game. Don't give that to them. Just go for the 100% play because your team is already ahead. It's not one of those games where it's like neck and neck. It's very close, and some superhero plays like that would decide the game. You can just play smart, play standard, and because your team's already ahead, it's just suffocation tactics, not not 360 no scope tactics. You don't have to be very flashy if you're playing. Just be solid, and it'll look good in the end. Right? It'll look good in the end because just like that, you force the surrender. Right? Just like that. It's just moments after I'm at the inhibitor turret. Just boom. That's it. Solid play. Didn't drop a kill. Didn't drop a death. Wasn't killed at all this entire game. There you go, guys. Hope that helps as well in explaining a few more of the finer points of the video. Cheers. Enjoy.